I don't know.
Okay.
Oh, we're streaming now. Oh,
Yep.
I didn't know that.
Yep, we are. I don't think I got anything about your lovely grapefruit wine, unfortunately.
That's
All right,
that's
we're
fine.
gonna
That
jump
was
right
pretty
back
much it.
into it. I believe
Frostbite.
we were on
Yeah,
frostbite.
kind of. You were describing the frostbite on the.
Oh yeah. Click 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 click
Fuck 'em up.
click chick chick ching 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 ching. Okay, so yeah, he has disadvantage and he takes the damage. And Jeff, you watch this happen, and then the rats go and they swarm you.
Oh.
Not really, because none of them are anywhere near you.
Well, yeah, the guys up here are slow. There's one next to me. Now you really
Yeah,
can't
but
go
he's
anywhere
a
because
boar
there's
and a wolf.
yeah. Yeah, there's like a rat guy here. There's a dude, and then there's like yeah. There are beasts that we need to get rid of in various places.
Some rude dudes.
Yes.
Whoa, whoa! They trying to run away? They're trying to run away or flank, and I'm gonna murder them for either one.
Just letting you know, I'm pretty sure it is seeing the DM's view right now on stream.
Oh no! It doesn't look like it is.
Yeah, no, it is. There's shadows that are gone on yours that are here for ours. I mean, I'm pretty sure we've seen everything now, so I don't know if it matters, but yeah.
No, there's
Yeah,
definitely
there's this guy that you all didn't see before, but now you know about, so it's fine.
Oh yeah. Oh, now I see him. I didn't see him
Stop
until you mentioned it.
metagaming by watching the stream, guys.
I mean, you saw nothing, stream. Don't worry about it.
They're not the ones you have to worry about, you guys. Being the DM side.
Look, we're just here for maintenance. We're the QA team.
So we don't do any work? Deal.
Yeah.
That would be why. Okay. Okay, we don't actually have it open. I thought it had opened, but it had not.
Oof.
Oof.
Oof indeed.
Big oof.
Ouch. Owie.
My bones? Did you drink the bone hurting juice?
Maybe. Couldn't help it.
It is pretty good juice.
What would bone hurting juice be? Clearly
Acid.
not milk.
No, it's its own thing.
Oh, okay. It's just
So
Acid would probably hurt your bones.
I mean, that's
the
fair.
thing
Not
about
if you
milk,
drink it.
if you drink too much milk, because of all the lactic acid, the calcium from your bones is going to try and neutralize the lactic acid.
That's true. That is a thing.
God.
That is a
It
thing
is
that
bone
happens.
hurting juice.
Whoa, blackberry, bam-balam, whoa, blackberry.
You're welcome.
All right. How do I do this?
There's actually someone I knew in high school that ended up having that problem and tried to argue that her doctor did not know what she was doing because she thought, there was no such thing as a too much of a good thing. I'm drinking milk, so that means I'm getting enough calcium. My doctor is clearly wrong.
Whenever you utter that phrase, you should probably just check yourself.
Oh my god, tell me about it. I have another story about that, but I'll save it for when we're not streaming. Because
good.
Christ.
That means it's good story.
Yeah. Okay, I think that ought to fix it.
Yes.
Oh no. I can't minimize the window though. That's illegal. Okay.
Oof.
So. Yes. Let's go.
So the people up top are trying to escape? What are they doing?
Or
They're doing
run
something.
around.
They're moving around. And let's see. Is this one gonna? Is he gonna? No, he's gonna stay. Yeah, the two around you are just gonna scrabble at you. Well, the one around you at first, and then you get to go, and then the other is gonna scrabble at you. So
Okay.
the werewolf to your left, Jeff, is gonna go ahead
Yes.
and make an attack. To attack. No, that's the boar. Can the werewolf make 2 attacks? Yes, he do.
Good.
And he is flanking you, so he gets advantage.
Oh no.
So first he lashes out with a claw and strikes downward, and flies out of the dice tray, and that is only a 16 to hit.
No.
And following up on the slash, he tries to go underneath of your arm for a bite.
He crit me. Oh no.
Brr, 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 brr.
Boy, you
Oh.
better get a good con
All
save.
right, so
How much damage is this gonna do?
not
lot.
too terribly much. Where's that die? Oh, well, that was a good second roll. So that is 17 piercing damage,
Okay, that's not as bad as I thought it was.
and I need you to make a con save.
Right. Oh no. I rolled a 9.
Oh.
What's your bonus?
That was with the bonus. I rolled a natural 4.
Oh no. Clanky, save him.
As the teeth sink into you, you roar out in pain, and the draconic roar that typically emanates from your maw is mingled with this more feral, lupine sound that kind of almost turns into a howl as you go. And you are cursed with werewolf lycanthropy.
I have lycanthropy.
Yes,
is that a
my
condition?
dude.
No,
Yep,
it's not.
It
Is
is
it?
a curse.
it is a
Oh.
curse.
Where do you put curses in D&D Beyond?
Oh no.
I don't.
I'll worry about this
know.
later. I'll just mark it in my physical character sheet.
You don't have to answer the question now, but are you going to resist or embrace your lycanthropy as a choice that you have to make?
Figure that out later.
Yep.
Embrace it.
But you all do hear this kind of
Oh,
as Jeff
Jeff-
takes
Jeff-
this blow.
Jeff stops short, just like, oh no.
Small girl do a concern.
Hacking concern.
All right. So after the wolves are Jeff.
All right, well, I'm angry now. I'm going to attack the werewolf with Chillmore.
Okay.
That is a lot. That's like a 27 to hit.
Hits.
Yeah, I'm gonna use a charge of Chillmore.
Yeah, you are.
Okay, I rolled max damage. He takes 18 damage.
Nice. All right, he's starting to look. Actually, he hadn't taken damage before, so he's
No.
still pretty okay.
Werewolf.
Well,
but the blow definitely hurts.
yeah. Well, I'm coming in for round 2 because screw this thing.
Yep.
Yeah, one sec. All right. Okay, that's a 26 to hit.
Hits.
Good. I'm gonna pop another charge of chill work because this thing needs to die.
Ice
That's
envelops
bad.
the blade as you slash across him a second time.
This one does 15 damage.
Nice. Shards of frozen water mixed with shards of frozen blood as the blade simultaneously carves a path through the flesh and freezes the viscera that it ejects. Spray through the air and sort of clatter to the ground, shattering against the stone beside you.
All right, I'm gonna use my hasted action to hit him a third time.
Yeah, go for it.
21 to hit.
Hits.
Chill more again. Okay, I rolled max damage again. I'm really angry. 18 more
18.
damage.
All right. He was fine at the beginning of this turn, and now there are these 3 just immense gashes, one going from shoulder all the way down to the hip, the other carving across his midsection, sort of almost opening up to his intestines, and then the third is a deep, deep gash, like right in the clavicle that goes not quite down to the heart, but way too close for his comfort. And he is looking rough.
Alright, I'm going to use my bonus action to second wind.
Okay.
He's pissed.
I get 9 hit points back.
Okay.
Not done yet.
Okay.
Okay, I'm back up to half. Alright, I'm going to action surge. I'm going to hit the
Oh my
werewolf a
God.
4th time.
So I will say, well, it doesn't really matter now, but was it intentional not to use any of your superiority die?
I'm saving those.
Okay, cool.
Well, I used one on the riposte. I'm saving the others.
True.
Alright, this one is a 17 to hit.
That does hit.
Alright, I'm
Your
going
AC
to pop
is
another.
not particularly high.
Alright. This one does 14 damage.
Okay, and with that, 3 savage strikes. You take a moment, stare deep into his eyes, and just... and take a 4th swipe and just decapitate him. The head falls unceremoniously to the ground and rolls, the tongue sort of lolling out the side.
Alright, and for my second attack, or my last attack of the turn, technically my 5th attack, I get 2 more. I had 2 normal attacks, and then I had a 3rd attack
haste
from
gives
haste.
you a full another act. Oh, okay.
Yeah, you could use your hasted action to make
Right.
1 weapon attack,
Okay,
and then I
but
action
then
surge,
your
which gives me
action
another.
surge gives you a full
Yeah.
action of 2 attacks. Okay, cool.
Yes.
Does action surge refresh though?
No, haste is an entirely separate thing.
Okay.
All right. Werebore is gonna. Okay, that's a 24 to hit.
That hits.
I'm gonna use a superiority die on this one.
Okie doke.
This one is going to be a menacing attack.
Okay, that's
So he takes 14 damage and has to make a DC 16 wisdom save.
14 damage.
Yes.
Oh, that was cocked. Nat 20. Sorry, man.
Well, that's fine. All right. Well, okay. My turn. Now that I've attacked 5 times, my turn is now over.
Okay. It is now his turn. He no longer has flanking with you, which is good for you.
Yes, that's why I went all in. I wanted to kill the guy in my back.
Yeah. Well, he has disadvantage real now.
Yes, he has 1 disadvantage strike and 1 normal. So he raises up his blade and carves. Well, it doesn't matter the order because I don't think you can be cursed with multiple lycanthropies.
No.
I hope not.
No, it's just a singular curse.
He's a lizard
All right,
man.
the first one misses by a long shot. He raises his blade up, and as he swings it down, the blow you just dealt makes him wince, and the blow just comes short as he pulls it more across his body than out towards you. The second attack is only a 19 to hit.
Misses.
Yep. So
I
the
use my
second
reaction.
attack,
Oh, sorry.
he carves upwards with his tusks, and they just clank into your armor and don't do any damage. What was that, Christine?
We lost visual on Roll20 on the stream.
Oh no!
I'm going to
I
use
think,
my.
did you maybe minimize it?
I did. Instead of switching windows, I minimized Roll20 to switch back to Discord and my B. That was probably
Alright,
a couple of minutes. I'm really sorry about that, guys.
Oh no, it was only like 1 minute. Don't
Okay.
worry.
All right, when he misses the second attack, I'm going to use my reaction to riposte him.
Okay.
All right, so all right, I have to actually hit him. Natural 20.
Nice!
Jeff's fucking pissed!
Yes.
All right, so this adds a D8 to the damage that gets doubled because it's a crit.
Yep. Superiority just get doubled. It's fucking ridiculous.
All right, so. Okay, so that's 4 plus 4. Okay, he takes 24 damage.
Whoa. Just to be sure, you maxed the first D8, right?
Oh, no, I didn't. Okay, he takes 28 damage then.
Okay. Yeah, all of the initial dice are doubled, even if it's from, like, superiority dice or something.
Correct.
Cool.
Yeah, so Jeff's mad.
The
almost
boar is
as if
looking
you
bad.
do something.
Yeah, it's almost as like you're possessed by an otherworldly rage.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, all right, my turn's out. Or it was his turn.
This is actually gonna bring up something really interesting about the world and this particular. Okay, cool. Yeah, this is gonna be fun.
Uh-oh.
No, like actually fun, not DM fun.
Oh, okay. Yeah, those are very different.
Yeah. All right. That was the boar's turn. Clanky is up.
Good.
He takes the cold damage.
Oh, yeah.
Oh no.
Yeah. Oh no. 10 damage. Oh no.
Like not super low, but still. Oh no.
Okay.
Ethan, read chat.
He's gonna move right there,
Okay.
and then he's gonna take his attacks on that guy.
So because he's large, he is still in Hunger of Hadar, but meh.
Yeah. I'm dropping off my turn anyway. So,
Mhm.
well, probably. Where did I put my other d20? There it is. Okay. He is gonna take his attack. It's +7 to hit, so that's 22.
That
First
will
one.
hit.
Okay, and that's 15 damage.
Okay. Wow. He is he's on death's door. He
Okay.
is like he's sort of
So,
getting like
Clanky.
wilder eyes.
Good. Slaps him once, and then the next one is 25.
Nope, that misses. Nah, it hits.
Dang. That's gonna
Plot
be
armor.
10 damage.
Okay. Since he is the leader, how would Clanky like to do this?
So, first attack, I want to grab his head and slam it into the ground.
Okay.
Second attack, I want to grab him, pick him up over Clanky, and slam him into Hunger of Hadar, and just have the tentacles basically impale him.
Okay.
Ooh.
So, all right. So Clanky just like, as the boar is kind of focused on Jeff and like looks at Clanky as he's coming up, but is just too exhausted to do anything about it. Clanky just one hand behind the head, just bam, slams him into the stone floor. And then sort of wraps around, picks him up by the feet, and just reels him over his head, slamming him into Hunger of Hadar for the second hit. And as he does, the tentacles sort of rise up to meet him, not only impaling the body, but as they pierce through it and you see the blood sort of from the wounds, they wrap and ensnare him and just pull him down into the void, his body disappearing. And as it does, the multicolored sort of random flashes of light that you see concentrate for a moment on the area where he left, and you hear this almost like as the body is consumed in the hunger.
Oh my god.
Nice.
Hadar was hungry.
He was a bit hangry.
Right
He's
there.
feeling better now.
Hanger of Hadar.
You're up.
Well, that guy's dead.
Yeah, he's gone. Good.
He is now gone.
Ooh, that was freaky.
Let me see something here. Yeah, all right. You can see him now.
Is there another one?
There's a were-rat that's been hiding behind this column kind of the whole time.
Is he scared shitless now? Because he better
You
be.
should-
Yep.
All I can see is tentacles, Mr. Clanky, and werewolf Joe.
Yup.
Well, Jeff isn't a werewolf yet.
Yeah, and his boss be just consumed by the void.
Yup. He like peered out from behind the column just in time to see that and was like,
Just slowly goes back behind the pillar.
Yeah,
Yep.
where's that misfit skiff?
Callum, it is your go.
I guess I'll just dash over there for mine.
Okay. You will take the Hunger of Hadar damage should you do that, but it's
That's
not a
fine.
big deal. Oh wait, no, you won't.
Much-
It's only if you end.
No.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
only
I
if you
lied.
start around.
Okay. So as you round that corner, then you do actually now see the third one. But are you okay? So that's your turn. Wartalk, you're up.
Oh, I'm
And
up.
Kellum
All right,
does call out the position of this guy, so you're all aware of it.
cool. First thing I'm gonna do is drop hunger.
Okay. Fuck you.
Oh yeah, sorry.
Wait, I think if I zoom in super far, I might be able to get this. Yes. Okay. If I zoom in really, really close, it's easier to get.
That is a good gift for this situation.
I love it. All right. Cool. And then I'm gonna actually, can I see the far one?
You can.
How much
Yeah.
is he from behind that pillar? Okay. Then I'm gonna finger bang him. I mean finger gun.
This campaign just took a weird fucking turn.
You could
That
have
just. Oh.
picked so many other words.
Oh.
But weren't that.
Oh.
Moving on.
You're
Yep.
welcome, everyone.
Yep. All
Yeah,
right. So-
Eldritch.
Eldritch Blast.
Yep.
Nothing else going on.
Not a thing. 24 for the first one.
Eldritch blast right up his aim.
Nope. Just Eldritch Blast. Nothing
No,
else.
she's got it right. That's
Nope.
pretty accurate.
Nope.
Oh no.
Nope. No,
No.
he's not turned the right way for that.
I mean, look where he's facing. That's
Nope. No.
eight
I mean,
damage on the first one.
now look, he's totally facing like a normal direction for you to hit him in the face. I'm not sure. That was always that way.
Please just put the poor thing out.
Anyway, that hits. Go ahead and roll your damage.
I said 8 damage. 8
Okay.
damage on the first one.
All right. 8 damage.
Second one's
He's
26,
not dead. That hits.
and that's 8 damage.
All right. He's still not dead, but he's not looking good. He's definitely bloodied. You can see as the Eldritch Blast hit him in totally normal places. There are like little pockets of bruising beneath the skin beginning to well up. And
Good.
you can see sort of mats and burned away patches of his fur. But nothing else.
Oh my god.
Kayana, it's your turn.
Okay. All right. Let's see. 10, 15, 20, 30. Let's get up here, actually.
Sure.
Um,
They spent all that time flanking.
well. I might not actually have line of sight from there. Maybe it'd be better from here, actually. Yeah. Still no.
It's middle to middle. Oh no, it's corner to corner actually. So yeah, you're fine actually. Yeah, you're good. You're good.
Okay. I'm gonna lob an ice knife at that dude.
Okie doke.
Okay, this one I roll
That's
first.
the attack and then the con save.
There you go.
Okay, so that's a 22 to hit.
That hits.
Okay.
And he rolled a natural 2 on his con save. So a
Okay,
total of trace, which totals 29.
Okay, that's good. So 10 piercing damage. I got max roll on that one. And then 2d6. Then
He's
11 cold damage.
All right.
He's freaking dead.
So, Callum, you watch as kind of like nonchalantly walks up through what was actually not super nonchalantly. She like walks through where Hunger of Hadar was, and she's like kind of like
Daintily.
stepping very gingerly around, like it's not gonna come back, is it? But steps up next to you and like looks where you're looking, sees the guy behind the pillar, and just ping, and flicks an ice knife at him, which just goes right through, like completely through, and you see it burst out the back in a spray of red and pale blue, and he just knees face, and you see a much larger exit wound than the entrance wound as he falls and dies.
Nice shot.
Thank you.
All right, rats. And I don't just mean that because you're killing all of my enemies. Callum, you're getting attacked.
Okay.
They are going to make... one of them is going to attack you with a short sword and then a bite. That is a...
I think the one directly in front of him is slowed, so I can only make one.
Yes, that's true it is. Thank you. They should have been saving against that at the end of each of their turns, shouldn't they?
Oh yeah, that's true. They can make another save at the end of each turn.
Oh, I know it's been 2 turns. I'll make one of them just because, and that was a failure anyway. So the first attack is at 18 to hit.
That hits.
That does hit? Okay.
Yep.
I thought you were at 19 now. Okay. That's not too much damage though. So he slowly brings his blade up, but does manage to make purchase despite his slowness. And that is a 6 piercing damage to you. And I would like... Oh no, that's not the bite. I said short sword. Okay, so that's that. You said their speed is halved, right, Warthog?
Yes.
Correct.
Okay. So you can still get here and get his flanking with 5, 10, 15. And he'll have advantage on that strike. Okay, the larger was a 20 from the werewolf, who comes around to the back of you and does attempt to swipe at you with his claws. He is also slowed, so he only gets 1. That's a D. Oh wait, that already hit. D8. There we go. 4 more piercing damage to you, Kellum. That, however, will end those two's turn. The third rat is going to round the corner and try and... what's he going to do?
Flee while you still can.
He's actually going to move through his friend's space and then into here. And get...
Oh no!
Can he do that? Is that taking up too much of the... That's probably taking up too much of the space for him to get through.
Oh no.
He has to wait patiently behind the other rat to...
He has to wait in queue.
He has to wait in line.
He's going to come up and around and try and get from the back towards you two.
Perfect.
He's not particularly bright.
He's not.
And that will be their turn. Jeff, you're up.
I'm gonna see this guy trying to come around behind Cayenne and Warthog. I'm just gonna bellow a like half draconic, half like lupine roar, and just like run at him. Stab.
Jeff teleports behind you.
That's a 26 to hit with the first attack.
That'll hit.
Alright, I'm gonna
Nani?
do a charge of
Nani?
chill mort on it. Alright. Attack 1 does 12 damage.
He's beginning to burst.
And then second
Now,
attack.
hold on.
No! Wartuck, no!
What?
Dirty
He's
20
taking that
to
much
hit.
damage is all I was getting at. God.
He's bloodied.
Jesus. Oh, wow, they're weak.
Alright. Yeah, the second attack was a dirty 20 to hit. Does that hit?
Yep.
Alright. Go ahead again. That's gonna do 12 more damage.
Oh. Oh. You cut into his neck, but like it stops at the spine and like it's sort of nearly headless. But he's somehow like just like a stiff wind would do it, but he's there.
Aw. Almost.
He looks kind of pitiful actually, as he's just like hanging on to life with whatever willpower remains.
I'm just gonna be glaring at him menacingly.
Is that your hasted attack?
Wait.
Oh, wait, I forgot.
Wait. Before you do that, make an intimidation check.
Alright. That's a lot. 19.
He dies.
He dies?
He just like his heart just starts beating like a little bit faster, and that's too much. And you see like blood just.
Oh my god, that's my intimidation! I love it! Yes!
Do I still have my hasted attack?
You do, and you still have more motion.
Alright, I'm gonna use the rest of my movement to come up to this werewolf. Just teleport across the
90
room again.
miles an hour!
Yeah.
I'm gonna hit him with my hasted attack.
He's running on all fours.
Shinderu times 2.
That's a 24 to hit.
That hits.
Alright, cool. Alright, he takes 11 damage.
Okay, that is his first damage of the night.
Cool.
And he...
The first of many. Alright, that'll be my turn.
Okay, the boar, you hear Hunger of Hadar go, and that's the boar's turn.
You hear a
Clanky
burp
is
in the
up.
distance.
Right,
Clanky's
Clanky
go.
can't get to either of them.
Correct.
He's already used his big move. He's gonna dash. Well, actually, let me make sure. That's an opening, right?
Yes.
Okay. He's gonna dash and just sprint around,
Okay,
and
that'll
then
be his turn.
Yep.
Callum, you're up. You have an injured werewolf and an injured were-rat. No, an uninjured were-rat.
They slowed where at.
Both of them are slowed.
Mm.
Oh, the wolf would have got
go
to
for
make a save.
oh yeah,
That is a... What kind of save is it?
Wiz
Con?
16.
Wiz? Okay, that's only a 12. Go ahead,
Doesn't
Callum.
work.
I'll do
I also
one
have
attack
minus
with
2
the,
to AC, by the way.
Yeah.
Or hammer.
Wait, a -2. Callum, what's your bonus?
For what?
To hit with your Warhammer.
+7.
Okay, yeah, you still have to roll. Sorry.
What's their AC?
With the
good.
-2, the werewolf is 10.
Alright, well, I got a dirty 20.
Nice.
Not good enough, clearly.
It's enough to hit two of them.
If only that's how it worked.
That'd be amazing.
I am using 2 hands, so
Mm-hmm.
give me a second.
And don't forget the +1 from Atarax.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
I don't even know what
Continue.
this dice is.
Sorry.
So that's 7 plus 5. It's 12.
Nice.
And then, if he's not dead,
He is not.
I can do an extra attack.
Go for it.
That's a 21.
Hits.
I'll do Thunderous Smite, I guess. Is that the
Nice.
one?
Get that bread.
Let me see.
Gain that grain, motherfucker!
And the attack. Okay, so it deals an extra, so it's.
Yep. Is it 2d8 by level
10.
5, or is it flat?
It's 15 plus
Nice.
6, so 21.
Nice. Alright. He's still alive, but he is looking real rough.
It
Yeah.
must succeed on a strength saving throw or be pushed 10 feet away from you and knocked prone.
Okay. What's the DC?
Click off.
Well, it doesn't matter. He rolled a 2.
It's 14, so.
Pew! And he is prone. So he is now slowed and prone. Let's see if I
Does forced movement from Thunder Smite provoke opportunity attacks?
It does not.
No.
Alright, just wondering.
I don't know what a good thing for prone would be, so I'm going to use the boot. Yeah, I'm going to use the boot.
Give him the boot.
Das Boot.
Because it kind of looks like somebody's slipping, and so I'm
Yeah.
going to go for that. Alright. Cool. Nice. So he's looking rough. So you guys, so Callum is like surrounded by these creatures, but emboldened by the approach of his comrades, he finds his strength and just pummels into this werewolf with the warhammer, with 2 quick, brutal blows, the latter of which resonates with a powerful divine energy that blasts forth from the area of impact and sends the werewolf careening backwards 10 feet and slams him against the wall. And that will end Callum's turn and bring us back to the top of the order with Wartalk.
Cast Hunger of Hadar on everyone.
You all die!
Uh,
I had to fight to not, but no.
Did you
I
roll
am
for
going to
it?
run up and then I'll just blast both of them, though.
Nice. So you're gonna like get in the middle and go like around Callum. Just bang.
Yes.
Nice. I love it.
Alright. So I'll start with the one on the left.
Okay.
That was a nat 20.
He has half cover from Callum, so unfortunately that still really easily hits.
Good. So
Yeah,
this is
10 plus your other fun stuff.
16 total.
Does not kill him because he hadn't been hit yet.
Dang.
But he is immediately bloodied and does not look like he's having any more fun.
Good. 14 on the other one.
With slow, actually even without slow, that hits.
Good. 6.
Okay, he's looking rough, but he is still hanging on.
Good.
Alrighty, so you all watch as Wartalk like runs up and does like a rock and roll like stage slide on his knees, pulls out his 2 finger guns, just blam.
I love it.
Each one making impact as Kellum sort of ducks back to make way towards the were-rat, but each bolt of eldritch energy sort of crackling in this pale purple light, slamming into its target and enwreathing its torso in this almost electrical-looking energy. And that will bring us to you, Kayana.
Frostbite on the one that's getting bullied right now.
Which one? They're both getting bullied.
The one that got
The one that-
slammed into the wall. This one.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
So DC 15 con save.
Natural 8. Nope.
Let's roll. That is 6 cold damage.
Alrighty. Oh, so close. He is, like, just by a thread.
Would an intimidation check kill him too?
Unfortunately, no.
Damn it!
It's 2 HP instead of 1. Sorry.
Well, then.
It's gonna be the were-rat's turn next.
I'm going to move back
Okay.
a little bit to here. Actually, to here. Alright. That's the end of my turn.
Let's see. The were-rat is sort of looking about at the the two heroes that surround it, and the other two of you who are a little bit further away, sort of weighing its options, and it decides to go down fighting. And Callum, it's gonna go at you with a bite attack.
Okay.
But gets a 12.
Yeah, that doesn't hit.
So it lunges and sort of scrabbles at your greaves and sort of.
Fucking ankle biter.
Its teeth do not make any purchase through the steel of your armor, and because it is slowed, it can only make the one attack. The werewolf will go next, and having already cursed Jeff, and seeing its friend fail with Kellum, it's gonna go for you, Wartok.
Isn't he knocked down?
Yeah,
Yes.
he's the.
Oh, that's true. So half
So
of
his
his
movement is-
movement, which is all of his movement in this case, is to stand up. Actually,
He's gonna scamper on the ground.
I'm actually wondering, because you can crawl.
Now we've got an ankle biter. If he infects me with lycanthropy,
So he has disadvantage, but he's gonna crawl, and he's gonna attack you. So he's the werewolf, so he gets a little better than the rat for his plus. The better of the two was a 14.
let's see here. I'm not next to Clanky, which means my AC is 13.
Okay, so that hits, and you take. He rolled a 1 on his damage dice. You take 3 piercing damage.
Oh
But I
no!
do want you to make a Constitution
Oh,
saving
God.
throw.
Okay, con saving throw.
Oh dear.
Okay, so my Constitution bonus is +0. That's an 11.
DC was 12, my friend.
Oh,
Oh, do you have
Oh.
inspiration?
Oh,
I do have inspiration.
You should probably use it now.
Heroes
I'm
turning
letting-
into werewolves is not usually a very good
I'm
ending.
letting the dice lie where they are.
Okay.
We've got one friend turning into werewolf. We've got 2.
It's
All right.
not a good thing.
I'm not happy, I will say.
So you hear Wartok howl out in pain, and it quickly turns into a very literal "ow!" And the werewolf from prone just sort of looks pleased with himself. Jeff, you're up.
Okay, I'm going. Let's see.
Oh, also, there's like a actually, can I draw this? Yeah, I can freehand it. That's good enough.
That's what I was thinking. Thank you. As soon as he did the oh,
I'm here for you for all your meme needs.
I'm actually going to make an unarmed attack against the werewolf.
Unarmed?
I'm going to stomp on his head.
Okay.
Oh,
There's
oh
also
my.
a trail of blood from the werewolf.
that there is.
Yeah, that's fine.
That's what that be.
I rolled a 12 to hit.
With advantage?
All right, he's prone. I have
It
advantage.
still hits, but just in case you crit.
Yeah, that went up to a 14. It wasn't a crit.
He's only
Okay.
got 2 life left.
All right, he takes 6 bludgeoning damage.
Splat!
I stomp his head,
So
smash it.
the fangs that just bit you, Wartok, clatter against your shin, and you can sort of feel the impact of them, but they don't pierce, because it's just from them popping out of the exploding head of this werewolf. And
Good.
he is
Oh my god.
super dead. Yeah, that's right. I
Alright,
like my
let's
gory
see.
descriptions. You got a
I
problem with
still
it?
have movement. See
No.
5.
Do you all have a problem with it? Because I could stop.
No, I don't.
No.
No,
Let's do 5, 10,
not after what he did to me,
5, 40.
and the fact that I still haven't seen Shadra.
Alright,
That's making me angry.
I'm going. Let's say the stomp was my hasted action.
Okay.
I'm gonna use my 60-foot movement speed to go through this opening and come around at the back behind the where at.
5, 10, 15.
I think that works, right?
20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50.
I'd have to like move through Mr. Clanky a bit to reach, I think.
You started here, right?
Can you ping where I started? I don't remember. I think I was okay. It was
So you had
here.
to move to attack the guy. No, you didn't. You could attack diagonally. So 5,
Yeah.
10, 15, 20. 25 is here. 30. 35, 40. 45. 50, 55, 60. Yeah, you could do it.
All right, I'm gonna make my normal round of attacks. Right?
A star shit there, motherfucker.
Do I get advantage because is this technically flanking?
It is not. Someone would have to be
All
here.
right. Well, that's fine. I hit him anyway.
Okay.
I rolled like a 26.
Yep. Easily.
All right, he takes 14 damage.
How do you want to do this?
I just kind of. How about I just kind of like drive Shilmore into his stomach, and then I like grab him by the throat and choke slam him into the wall.
Okay. So you all, Callum especially, you see as Jeff sort of flourishes with Chillmort, slams it into and through the were-rat, and the ice sort of spreads outward from the wound, encasing most of the were-rat's body in crystalline water, and Jeff just sort of puts one hand against the throat of this creature, lifts it up and slams it against the wall. And as he does, the ice form of its body just shatters and breaks outward into thousands of tiny shards of ice, fur, and viscera.
Well, I guess that's all. I think.
Well,
Well, that's the end of my turn anyway. I can't do anything else.
I think we've only seen 11 total.
Is there more?
Nope, you saw 12.
There were
There
We
were
saw
8
12?
here, and you found 4 bodies.
Oh, there were 8 here? Okay. We killed one fast.
yeah, but then now we have 2 more.
What? Okay. As soon as we finish, I'm gonna start yelling Shadra.
Okay. Make a performance
Shadra!
check.
Make a what check?
Performance.
Oh, yes,
Best
please.
I got for how loud you can be. I don't know.
Do I have like +5? All right, 23.
Nice. Yeah, it echoes around the sort of rocky outcroppings that surround this temple. Speaking of which, well, I'll finish your description first. You hear your voice echoing back to you, but it is met with silence. Either she cannot hear you, or she cannot speak to respond.
Oh.
As you all are sort of settling down from the fight, and you're able to sort of glance about you and take in your surroundings, the building, the ruined form of this edifice that you find yourselves in, is very interesting to your eyes. None of you have seen buildings with quite this architectural structure. As you look above, here and there, you see flying buttresses, dozens of feet above your heads, up further than any singular building without support structures that you have ever seen. They are crumbling and dilapidated, but nonetheless suggest a grandeur and a a feat of engineering that is difficult to master and unknown in these times. About yourself, you see sort of shattered stained glass windows whose edges are still clinging to the frames that held them many, many years ago. The decoration on the walls is very fine and very well made, but here and there ivy has taken over and begun growing sort of up and down the walls, covering the maybe about half of the finer stoneworking and sections of wall that you can see about you. But nonetheless, the structure imposes upon you a great reverence of old, and it's truly difficult to imagine people building such a structure. But nonetheless, here it stands.
I'm just gonna kind of stumble back into the temple and like face plant as haste wears off.
You suffer exhaustion for a round.
Oh no, are you okay?
One of those things bit me. I think I think I might have what they got now.
Well, what makes you say that? How do you feel?
Well, I guess it's easier to demonstrate. I'm gonna try to roar.
Okay. You hear Jeff emit this. You've heard him roar before in anger or in pain. But this time it comes through as almost a double voice. The normal Jeff timbre tainted with this lupine howl.
I don't know about you, but I don't roar like that. Not normally, anyway.
Oh.
I don't. I don't really know what to do about this. I guess I just have it now. Well, that sucks. Did anyone else get bit? Or talking looking a bit shifty.
To the DM, do I know anything about curing it?
Make a medicine check.
Oh crap, the one I just dropped was a 20. And that one's a 2.
Oh,
So I don't even care what my modifier is.
Unfortunately not.
Can I use the one I dropped?
No.
Can I try to roll?
You can, yeah.
Alright, what is the mod's like +2? 14.
Unfortunately, no. You've heard of the stories, but no more than that. You know, you do know that they're not particularly fond of silver, and they can be wounded more severely with it.
The irony of a silver dragon war getting lycanthropy.
Yeah.
Does anyone know like anything about like how we could like fix this?
You can all roll medicine shit. Well, two of you already have, but Callum and Kayana, you can both roll. Kayana, you unfortunately with disadvantage.
That is okay.
You feel like this weird clawing at the back of your mind, like something trying to escape, but it's difficult to grasp. 7? Unfortunately
18
not.
total.
With disadvantage?
Yes.
Nice.
I have +7 to medicine. I rolled an 11 as my lower roll.
All right. In a moment of clarity, however,
I've been reading my medicine books.
okay, so what should I this is interesting. Okay, you recall that it can be magically removed.
Okay.
However, the exact spell, you never knew, and it doesn't come back to you now. The form of it, the use of it does not bring itself forward.
That's because it's not on my spell list.
You also know that if someone with this curse tries to just through force of will resist it, it does lessen the degree of the curse, and it would only come out during a full moon, or one can embrace it and willingly change between the forms that they have taken.
Okay.
Oh yeah,
I'm
speaking of the full moon, what phase of the moon was it last night?
Yeah, I gotta figure that out now. Last night?
Yes.
Okay, hold on. Let me pull up.
I'm just going to convey that to Jeff.
Jeff is gonna be thinking frantically, trying to remember what the moon was like last night.
Make an intelligence check, and I will also tell you.
11.
What section did I put the timelines in? Was it world?
Was it its own section?
Yes, it was. Thank you. All right, remote group, speeches for Nair, which were 2 days ago at this point. So it is Sunday in the 4th week of Snow Scour. It was a half moon.
Okay.
Waxing or waning?
Waning.
Okay.
Okay, so alright, we have some time before the really bad stuff happens.
Right. Just
Also, make a survival check.
Okay. I am good at that. 19.
Okay. The lunar phase in this world is 33 days,
Okay.
and I will actually add that to time.
So we've got about, I want to say around, I'm just spitballing here out of character. We have about 3 weeks until the next full moon.
Plenty of time.
A little bit more than, but yes.
Okay.
Not quite
Let's just,
4, but like 3.5.
alright, let's just say 3.5 weeks for the sake of ease of remembering.
wow, when we've been together for 6 weeks, we can get that done in no
Yes.
time.
That's nothing. We're gonna be fine, Jeff. Don't worry.
We're gonna be like level 9 by the
You're gonna be fine, Jeff.
Oh, well, you said we. Did you what happened to you?
I mean, as a party.
What's the word for a moon that's more than half? Is it gibbous?
Yes.
I thought
Sure.
gibbous was the kind of crescent slit.
I thought that crescent was the term for the smaller one, and gibbous was.
Yeah,
Gibbous
it
gibbous
goes from it goes from crescent to half to gibbous to full, then waning gibbous, then half, and then waning crescent, and then new moon.
Yeah. Yep, that's correct. Cool. Alrighty. So I just marked it on the campaign timeline that it was waning gibbous when you all left Limna, and I'll mark later on that it's now half moon.
Cool.
Also, I'm going to resist the curse.
I figured you would. Really, the question
Yeah.
was more for War Talk. Or
Do I
is
have to
more
decide right
pertinent to
now?
War Talk. No, you can consider it.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh my god!
I'm
You're just
gonna.
furry fish man.
So I will say, if you do embrace it, your alignment will become evil.
Oof. Okay.
Now, that said, I'm okay with that. As you know, I think that alignments are descriptive rather than prescriptive. So
Yeah.
if you happen to show actions that were not evil, you could still shift your alignment. It would just be,
Fair.
we would assume until otherwise stated that it was evil. Or otherwise shown, rather. Okay. So now you find yourselves. Oh gosh, there's a blank map here. This is terribad. We're gonna add this again, I guess. You find yourselves in the in this haunting yet immense and awe-inspiring space. with no real sign of where Shadra may be, and with no clear direction as to what to do next. It seems to be... I mean, everything you have found so far seems to lead up to here, but the trail seems to go cold.
I guess I'll just start, because I guess there's no way to deal with the lycanthropy immediately, so I'm just gonna start searching the temple for anything useful.
Go ahead and make an investigation check for me.
I'm also going to do that. I figure that there's probably a hidden entrance.
Yeah.
I got a 13.
16.
Fairly determined right now.
Nat 20?
Yeah.
Nice. Okay, Wartalk, you find it, and then Kayana, you find it a moment after him, and as he calls out, I
Nice.
found something, you call out like a beat later, I found something, and it almost sounds like you're copying him.
Oh.
But you're not, and you know you're not, and you know that you also discovered it independently. But what you discover is this area, and let me click on it so that it's pretty obvious visually on Roll20, but that's because
Right.
I'm awful and couldn't
Good at
find a
this.
better texture to blank things over. It's a section of floor that looks visually the same, but the tiles are a little bit, the gaps between them are just a little bit further apart, and they seem almost movable somehow. Although a quick check with your hands reveals that they can't simply be pulled up. At least not easily.
I'm gonna try it.
I'm gonna tell
I
Clanky
said
to try
at
it.
least not easily just for you, Jeff.
Alright, I'm gonna make an athletics check to try and rip the tiles up.
Alright,
Can
God.
Clanky give him advantage?
he
with helping?
can.
Do it.
Thanks to Clinky's help, I rolled a 27.
I can't do this on Roll20, but so what I'll give you with a 27, getting the whole thing up would have been too difficult and would have taken a 30, but with a 27, I'll let you, like, tear at one of them, and especially with your newfound lycanthropy, you feel this rage bubble up within you, and you just break away at one of the tiles, revealing a small section of stone staircase leading downward. And now, it's only a small opening, but it's easy now that you have purchase and can get underneath of it to push open enough that everyone can get down.
Everyone?
Yeah, including Clanky. Before this, it would have been no Clanky. But getting underneath of it and sort of pushing outward with a little bit better leverage and positioning on the tiles, you can open it so the Clanky can go as well.
Yay.
I'm gonna suggest we take a moment to rest up.
Yeah, I feel like that's a good idea.
Yeah, so I guess we will take a short rest.
Okay. A short rest it is.
Go ahead and do that. Oh no.
No, that's the best outcome you could have hoped for.
Oh.
They didn't hear you breaking open the doorway.
Well, that means there's more.
I mean, I feel like you could have assumed as much.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right, I gotta roll hit dice.
Even if that assumption came from metagaming.
It's fine. We probably need more if we found the staircase. Okay, that's good.
So yes,
All
go
right.
ahead and take your short rests. Take your hit dice if you'd like them.
I'm gonna regain my
Yes, absolutely. Okay,
You
I
sure,
rolled
Jeff?
well on my
I
hit
feel
dice.
like you're fine.
No, I rolled well on my hit dice, so I'm back up to full health. I just
Nice.
have lycanthropy now. That's just the thing.
It's just...
Man, I hope we don't run into anybody with silvered weapons. That would suck. Do I actually, out of character, Do I actually have vulnerability to silver while I like it?
I'm looking for it now. I don't think you do.
I think it's while you're trans.
Oh, okay, I have no idea how. Well, I don't have no idea what the.
Come here.
We had, aside from being a lycanthrope, Jeff is good to go again.
Oh, I'm going to charge Clanky with Dissonant Whispers before I rest.
Okay. Sounds good. Can you all hear when I fuck with this?
Not really.
Thank
I heard
goodness.
one pop when you started, but nothing.
Okay, that's good to know. Shank you.
No shanking.
It looks to me like you're only affected by silver weapons when you are in
Yeah, because you would
where
tick
form.
on the stats basically of the creature, and yeah, they would only you wouldn't have it otherwise.
Cool.
However, it does count for the hybrid form as well. Yeah.
Hybrid
And
form.
it's not even so they can be full animal, hybrid man and animal, or full human. Although actually, Wartalk and Jeff, the stories you've heard have never talked about them turning back into humans.
Well,
we have that going for us, I guess.
for you, but yeah.
Alright, nobody look at the stream in 10 seconds.
I'm going to insight check Wartalk.
Okay.
Should I deception? Or no, I guess I don't need to.
I rolled a 22 in my insight check.
Okay, yeah, you do need to roll deception.
Alright. Oh no. Let me just add.
You gotta be 22.
I rolled a 17. So
Oh yeah, you probably beat me.
Yes. Yeah, no, 25.
Yeah, you beat me.
That's what I do. I lie and I do drugs. That's what I do.
You know, it seems like he's being as forthright with you as he feels he can be.
I'm just distracted because I'm worried about Shadra.
Yep.
Yeah, all of us are.
Warthog has seemed pretty upset about Shadra being in the situation.
Yeah, this is a good situation to be in with these were beasts around, and now I'm one of them, I guess.
I kind of sacrificed a boar to the void. I might not be in a great place right now. These things happen.
Oh my god!
I'm not going to inquire about that one.
Man. So out of character, we're a little bit screwed because druids don't get remove curse, and paladins don't get third level spell slots till level 9. So we are in a sticky situation, boys.
So we're gonna pay somebody. It's fine. We're gonna pay, I don't freaking know, somebody. It'll be fine.
It's probably not in character and would be metagaming, but remove curse is on the warlock spell list.
It is.
Yeah, I was just not in character, definitely.
It would be metagaming though, so you should. Oh, should.
I'll see what spells. When do I get spells next?
I have no idea.
I think you learn another spell when you hit level 6.
Okay.
I think I would have in character mentioned that it is a curse, though.
Yes, you would have.
Yeah.
In fact, you did.
Okay, so we know it's a curse. We just don't know how to cure it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and you do have third level flaws. It's just a matter of.
Yeah, you have to learn the spell, which it probably would not be in character for Wartalk to learn that.
Slightly, but I'd have to look at what else I would learn. See if something's more.
Honestly, there's
with
a lot
my
better.
exposure to angry tentacles and stuff, remove curse. Not bad, but I'll see. I'll see what else there is.
And there's a lot of. I feel like there are a lot of options for Warlock third level spells you prioritize over curse.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Taking it when you get lycanthropy is probably metagaming. I just wanted to mention it.
Yeah.
And I will
We
also
just-
say it is again a touch of metagaming, but it doesn't give away anything other than like a possibility. So OOC
w-
in
like,
this world,
hey, this is a curse. We need to find a way to remove a curse.
yes, but in addition,
Yeah.
because there's a little bit of metagaming knowledge going on here, and I'm okay with that because I am trusting that you all will use only your in-character knowledge to inform your in-character choices.
Jeff has no idea where remove curse is.
Right. So I'll jump on a little bit and say like,
Right.
Also-
that was my in character thought
yeah.
process.
It's all kosher. But I will add out of character.
Mhm.
There may in this world be another way to remove it because of the particular nature of lycanthropy. Here.
Because of that's fair.
Cool.
But
Well,
back in character, you all have finished your short rest, regained your hit dice if you needed them.
I did.
Taking your time, rejuvenating Clanky with his new spell. Also, just a point of order, Wartalk. I don't know if anybody knows the Mending cantrip, but I will actually let Mending work as a small healing spell on Clanky.
I don't know it. I just know spare the
Because
dying.
there is precedence now for like the Artificer being able to do mending on their turret, and that's
Okay.
in a sense, Clanky is effectively an Artificer's turret,
Same.
just made special.
Fair.
Fair. So mending can do something to him if anybody has it, and or you meet anybody with it.
Fair enough. Cool.
But yes, you rouse yourselves from your short rest, and what would you all like to do, my Siegebreakers?
I guess if we're all ready, we will go down the stairs.
Also, Christine, you dug this grave. You get to lie in it.
That's true. You did start this one.
You did
Not
start
playing.
this.
I know I did.
Okay.
So you
I
descended
win.
to the depths.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I lowered myself into my grave.
Oh dear.
I think he meant the little the place we're going into.
No,
I guess I'll.
No,
I'll
that
take
was
Oh
it.
out
no,
of
you did mean
character.
that. Oh, okay.
I
Never
actually
mind.
did, but it worked on both
Oh.
levels, so you know.
Yeah.
Okay.
I cannot move my token.
Yeah, I kind of figured that might be the case because I copied them over from the previous thing.
That's fine. Just give us each access to him again.
Oh, yeah, I can't either.
Oh,
Cool.
you can't
Okay, I
because
can-
you're
I can-
new, and I didn't. I didn't
Oh.
give you your thing on the old one before moving to this thing.
Okay,
I can move me
Wartalk, you
now.
should be good. Everybody should be good now, I think.
Yeah, I can
Yeah.
move myself.
Okay. So you descend the staircase and find yourselves in a dank cavern with water sort of trickling from cracks in the walls, grunge, slime, and a little bit of moss sort of gathering in the various corners of the room. I'd like everybody to make perception checks, though, and tell me the results once I'm done describing the rest of the room.
Okay.
You see sort of around yourselves on one wall a water basin that seems to have been long dried out. However, across the room you spy a table with a tankard upon it that still has dregs of some drink within. A stool sitting behind it that has been recently cast askant as the layer of dust is not as prominent upon its surface as the rest of the room. And accompanying the mug on the table in front of the stool is a hunk of meat, perhaps the size of a haunch of a wild game animal, perhaps a deer or an elk. And it has been sort of torn into with what you can see would have been massive and vicious teeth. At the far end of the room, there seem to be two suits of armor, which are in pristine condition. They appear empty sitting upon pedestals with a sort of wooden rack and structure within them. And they've been long in disuse, it would seem, but they are very, very well kept.
What kind of armor is it?
Full plate.
Ooh.
It is a bit too small for you, however, my friend.
Now. All
Just
right.
combine the two, it'll be fine.
I was hopeful.
Yeah,
Oh,
if you took multiple, you could possibly get them made with metal and get, a suit for cheaper, but
I might take them with me if they end up not being haunted or anything.
it's only 130 pounds of random armor.
Just throw them
I'm
in
a
the bag.
20 in strength. I got this. Also, we have a bag of.
That's true. You do have a bag of holding.
We
They have
do.
to. Well, you could take it apart and fit it into the mouth of the bag of holding. Anyway,
Yeah,
that is what
we
you
can
see
play.
before me.
We can play Tetris and it's fine.
What was everyone's perception?
I got 24.
Oh,
14.
11.
7.
You,
All right,
you
Jeff.
okay?
I'm just surprised that Jeff had the best roll of everybody.
I have enhanced wolf senses because I'm a light.
Apparently.
my
Then why'd I get an
passive
11?
is better than my active. It's
Yeah.
sometimes I roll shit.
Jeff, as you're looking around the room, sort of taking in your surroundings, something interesting catches your eye. Most of the walls are covered in moss or are in various degrees of disarray and disrepair. But as you're sort of running a hand across the wall, pushing through the
Oh no,
moss
not
and
this
lichen,
again.
and you sort of clear away a section where there's a little bit of overgrowth, and you move aside a chunk of almost broken away rock, sort of snapping it off and dropping it to the side. You notice something interesting about the wall surrounding it. Where the wall has been less touched by time, it is very similar in construction to the temple above, in that the architecture is peerless. It is beautifully worked stone with very ornate carving sort of engraved within its surface. And the sandstone and shale that sort of are mixed together in various places are all very beautifully worked, suggesting that whatever this place used to be was very much a place that was designed to inspire awe. It was a place of reverence, of great power. However, time has now taken its toll, and there are only a few bits of wall that poke out that have withstood the test of time to show you this information. For the most part, the walls are dilapidated and not in the best of shape.
Okay. Interesting. Well, I'm getting this. I'm gonna tell the party that I'm getting this place used to be a big deal because there's one really fancy wall right here, and the rest is garbage.
I see. What is which one is the fancy wall?
Oh yeah, where is the fancy
It's
wall?
it's not a particular wall. It's just that a few bits here and there that peek
Okay.
out sort of suggest this grandeur.
Okay, it looks like this place used to be a big deal, but it's been reclaimed by time, I suppose.
Yeah, and you can definitely
It's
point
almost
out like a patch of like a nicer wall section.
It's almost like this is a ruins or something. Wow.
I'm going to consider this for a moment and then just walk ahead. And I'm going to inspect the armors. I want to check to see if they're like haunted.
Okay, make a dexterity saving. No, I'm just kidding.
Make a charisma saving throw.
No.
As you're banished to the Shadow Realm.
As you're possessed.
Fine, you can say hi to Yugi's dad.
Let's see. You take however much that is.
A lot.
No, I'm kidding.
Wait, where are all my
Can't be a
dice?
lycanthrope with your dad, I guess.
Bright sides.
I'm ready.
Which ghost were you possessed by as Jingar again? Was
the-
it Greg?
Yeah, it was the wizard.
Old
No, it was
Greg?
the warlock.
Yeah, it was Greg. You were possessed by Greg's ghost. He's come back to haunt you.
I have possessed no one. I don't know what you're talking about.
As you inspect the armor, it does not appear to be possessed or inhabited or haunted in any way. They're sort of positioned flanking the sides of this hallway, but merely as symbolic guardians, not in any substantive form.
All right, he's got the magical bag that holds everything.
Present.
Can you come over here for a second?
Okay.
As that's happening, I'm gonna be walking forward. I'm gonna just turn around. Shouldn't we do that on our way out? We need to go find Shadra.
Yeah, that's probably a
Yeah.
better idea. We'll get him on the way out.
What are you
And I'll-
doing,
Just
Jeff?
keep walking.
I was going to take him with us because it's like pristine armor, and the people here obviously don't need it anymore.
But Shadra needs us.
You're right. I'm sorry. I'm not. I'm a little bit frazzled after what happened an hour ago.
Just I'd claw them back, bite them back. It's fine.
That doesn't seem like a good thing. All right, I'm gonna look down this hallway. I guess as Wartalk looks down the other one.
Okay. Wartalk, you look down and about 25 or so feet, see a door.
Like in Bro Scouting ahead.
Like a bros.
Oh,
We got to.
Oh, wait.
Like-
Actually, hold on. Did I lie?
Oh, that hurts to do every time.
You do not see a door.
Good. Is there a door there though?
No.
No.
I misread my own fucking symbols. You see? Yeah, we'll give you that.
Matter if I have dark vision.
Nope.
Good.
It is actually, so the hallway is dark, but the room on the other side is actually quite well lit, and you can see towards
What is that?
a statue that looks to be of a stone knight.
Jeff, tackle.
Looking into this room, you can see a good bit.
Oh.
There's a 4 there.
It seems to... Why is that on the wrong layer?
I see a 4 on the ground, guys.
You see nothing of the kind.
Why is there a 4 there, guy?
It's a mysterious rune.
What mysterious rune? I don't know what you're
Oh,
talking
it's
about.
gone.
Sorry, I cast illusion just to screw with you.
It actually looks... It's strangely nice. There are still sort of areas of grunge and slime and mold sort of strewn across the floor, especially in the deeper crevices. But apart from that, it looks like what was once a very well-kept gallery of art. You see paintings hung along the walls, 4 like raised daises with fine sculptures upon them. One large tapestry that sort of spans from floor to ceiling, and these 2 sort of raised braziers with lit torches within them, illuminating a fine suit of armor, even more so than in even better shape than the 2 that you already passed, going forward.
See, Jeff?
Or coming from where you were before. Sorry, not going forward.
Do I see Shadra in this room anywhere?
You do not.
Okay. What do you got on your side, Wartalk? I'm just seeing a bunch of art.
I see a statue.
Statue?
Don't tackle it.
Oh, okay.
So
Not yet.
Two other things. One, your view would... Well, no, actually it would not extend beyond there. However, Jeff, you can see over here. Tell me if you can see that. You can't see that ping.
Tell
me if you can see that ping.
I see nothing.
Oh, this.
Yeah. So that side of the room,
Oh,
you
this.
can see it sort of bends and disappears into a hallway that you do not quite have view of.
All right. Well, this side's got a bunch of fancy looking art, but it appears like there's a corridor on the far end. What do you got aside from that statue?
It's a bigger room. It kind of expands, but I don't see anything else. It's pretty bright.
Can Mr. Clanky fit through this?
Just barely. He has to sort of
Thunk.
sidestep, but he can.
Thunk.
Okay, just wondering.
Let's go wait here for a second.
Which way do we go first?
Well, yours is closer, so We'll go your way.
All right, I guess I'll step into the room and start looking at the artwork.
I'm gonna instruct Clanky to stand here and watch guard.
Alrighty. He stands staring down the statue in the other room as you all continue into the art gallery. The centerpiece does seem to be these two braziers and the suit of armor, but it doesn't necessarily seem to be special for any reason other than its beauty. The armor is inlaid with this very gorgeous gold filigree. The armor itself is ebon, but shines like it's almost silver, like it has been polished very, very painstakingly and articulately. The
Can I check
daises
it?
around it.
Sorry, go on. I'll wait till you're done.
The daises around it are each hold one sculpture, seeming to all be themed around the idea of protection. One of the sculptures is actually a very intricate sort of carving of a man sort of ducked downward, head bowed, holding up a shield sort of in front of his face. But behind him is maybe a dozen or so what look to be civilians, and crashing against the shield are these various like arrows and bolts of energy that seem to be coming from unseen sources. Another is a great city wall, very, very well-made defenses sort of rising up about an enclosed sort of courtyard and a few different areas that seem to be, where people would make their livelihood. Shops, districts. It's not incredibly well detailed, though the work is good. The main feature seems to be the wall, and more effort was put into that. A third is actually an olive tree, growing. Almost looks like it's growing from the stone and is very intricately carved in what looks to be marble, with very, very detailed sort of olives beginning to bud upon its leaves. The fourth sculpture is what looks to be a mage in the center of this dome. And it's very, very intriguing, this sculpture, because the dome is made of this, it's not quite glass, but it is an incredibly thin layer of quartz crystal that has been sort of worked and raised up about this mage that stands in the center of the dais, maybe 6 inches tall or so, where the dome is maybe 10 and about 14 in diameter. But the quartz is so thin as to be almost completely transparent, and you can see within the mage sort of holding up, almost like an
Spirit
Atlas.
bomb.
Yeah, almost like Spirit Bomb, or like before Atlas shoulders the world, sort of hoisting up the heavens in his hands. And this very sort of heroic vision with those who seem to be either subjects in a kingdom or peasants of some kind, sort of cowering and ducking beneath the shield and taking shelter from whatever is coming. The artwork on the wall depicts similar scenes of armies heading out to meet enemies in open fields, while the defenseless stay behind within their keeps. The heroic sacrifice of the army being very much the focus of the painting, or just similar ideas through and through. The one large tapestry seems to be a little bit plain by comparison, but simply by its size you gather that it is quite important. It is a finely woven, like on a loom style weaving of a large griffin bassinet, which is it has a hinged visor with sort of a narrow eye slit and the holes running down the cheeks for breathing and sort of sight below the eye slit as well. But it is one very finely woven bassinet in sort of a 3/4 view, and it is gleaming silver. The cloth itself seems almost to glow, though as you inspect it closely, it's really just a trick of how the piece was woven.
I like it.
I'm going to just take a second to inspect the armor in the middle of the room, just to check to see if it's haunted.
It is
I'm a little
not.
paranoid. I'm a little paranoid after adventures with Nair in the castle.
Yep, I understand.
Uh,
It does not seem to be haunted or trapped in any way.
Alright. Well, it looks like art's pretty fancy.
yeah,
Not don't really know what it means, although it looks cool. Cats.
Cats.
It does seem like it's depicting some sort of like battle or something, I guess.
yeah, the defense from the battle.
Yeah.
specifically.
I'm going to. I don't want to waste too much time looking at the art. I'm going to go ahead and move to here and peer down what's over this way.
Okay. You see what appears to be a dead end. It extends
Yeah.
maybe 20 feet further, and then you see a large stone wall that rises up from the floor to the ceiling.
Both sides are a dead end.
Yes.
All right.
Yeah.
Well,
Can I investigate the dead end? Make sure it's actually
can.
just a dead end.
Go ahead and roll investigation.
7.
7?
Yeah, total.
Well, luckily the DC was incredibly low.
Oh, good.
Because it's
Okay.
literally just an illusion. So, like, you reach out to touch it, and your hand goes through it, and you're like, well, that's not real.
Was my hand not real, or was the... No, yeah, it's the wall, guys.
Both.
which side of the wall is the illusion?
The side that has something behind it.
Oh
Hey,
my god,
5.
a 5!
Damn it. I was in the wrong layer, too.
Guys, I think we're going the wrong order.
I think
suck
this
at
5 is
this.
an illusion. Is the 5 the illusion?
Damn it. I think the
Yes.
5 is... shit.
Oh, should I move my
Oh,
character?
it doesn't matter that much. It's fine.
It matters. Immersion.
Immersion.
As,
Where'd the
My
chest go?
as the chest goes behind the fucking wall. Immersion.
No clue.
Followed it. I found the chest. It shall be mine.
Never.
Oh,
Okay.
crap.
Now
There.
you're stuck in the wall.
There is a
That's what you get for no clipping.
Nah, I got
Is the
this
chest
one.
locked?
It is.
Ah, dang it. It would be nice if we had Shadra here, because she knew.
Yeah, it would be nice if we had shade.
Yeah, you're not wrong. Yeah.
I'm gonna try
We're
and.
grouped together.
Can I try to break the lock on the chest to open it?
You can.
What
Are
I
you
roll
trying
for
to do it with your
this?
bare hands, or are you trying to like smash it with your sword?
I'm gonna use my sword.
Okay, then I would have you roll an attack roll.
All right.
Ugh.
Oh my god, math. Okay, I rolled 25 to hit.
Okay. So Jeff brings out his sword and violently slashes downward at the lock, chewing into sort of the wood behind it and then breaking into the iron, snapping the lock in the process.
Cool.
Jeff, I would like you to make a Constitution saving throw.
Crap.
Oh.
Stay back here.
I saw that, Wartuck.
No.
Okay, I rolled well on this one, 21.
Okay, that is a success. So as you break it open and duck downward towards it, this small little puff of greenish gas comes out and into your face, and you gasp in surprise and inhale some of it, but manage to stop yourself before inhaling too much, and your gaze goes white and wobbly, and you rock back for a moment, feeling incredibly dizzy, like you were just spun around in a carousel for many, many hours and just thrown off of it all of a sudden. But you close your eyes shut and you shake your head, convince yourself you're not spinning, open back up, and you can see straight, and you shake off the effects.
Yep. You okay, Jeff?
Yeah, maybe if we thought next time.
What?
You cut out a bit there.
Oh, yeah. Next time we find a chest, why don't we check to see if it's booby trap first? I wasn't expecting that.
Yeah, we'll do
Shader
that.
might have expected that. We
Shader
should
probably
go get
would.
her.
Yeah.
Well,
But okay,
I'm
your
gonna-
reward for almost getting instantly knocked unconscious
Yeah, I'm just gonna open the chest real quick to see what's in it, real quick.
is
Oh my God.
there are 3 very finely made and silvered daggers. You find 2 potions of healing. 3 crudely carved wooden figurines. 1 is a helmet, like the griffin bassinet in the large tapestry in the previous room. 1 is in the shape of a bear. And 1 is simple enough, although somehow still managed to be only a vague approximation of its true shape, is a shield. And finally, you see a set of steel plate bracers. However, these glimmer with a shine that you are not used to seeing in any typical steel armor. These are made of that same metal that you've found several coins composed of. They
it's
are bright steel gauntlets, or bracers.
Okay.
And that is what you find.
Cool.
And coincidentally, that is also where we will pick up next week.
Okay.
Okay.
I really wanted you to fail that save so I could end on you getting knocked out.
that was pretty good.
Oof.
But
It's
alas,
fine. I'll just create water over him.
and drown him.
I honestly think I would have rather
wake up.
failed that. I think I would have rather failed that save than failed the save against lycanthropy, to be honest.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
like just getting knocked out with people who can heal you around, it's like eh.
Yeah.
But okay, yeah, that'll do it. Thank you everybody who was watching for watching. We love all of you, and we'll see
Yes, thank you.
Well, maybe tomorrow, maybe next week.
Ba-la-la-la.
Good night and joy be to you all.